of the SingularityNET network onto Cardano blockchain, which in some ways has a more advanced tech stack. But I mean, overall, the idea is, anyone should be able to create an AI, put it out there on the internet, let it broadcast to the other AIs. Well, hey, I'm here. I'm in the global AI network, right? And then the network as a whole can regulate itself, meaning when someone new comes in the network, everyone knows. When someone leaves, everyone knows. If a customer or an AI needs something done, it puts out a peer-to-peer request into the decentralized network, and you find out who can fulfill it. And then if a problem is better solved by multiple AIs collaborating together to get stuff done, the AIs themselves can figure out how to join forces and get the thing done. And so we built sort of the plumbing and machinery that allows that using SingularityNET now. And now we're engaged with scaling it up more with and with then applying it to various different vertical markets, including on the clinical medicine, healthcare, robotics, and bioinformatics side.
Do you think this will speed up certain areas in science, like bioinformatics, or all the big data in healthcare? Because usually, when at least in the early stages of development of AI, the algorithms, we usually had the problem that they were only good in very specific tasks, right? So they could do A good, but they were horrible in B. And like, so the famous examples like chess, new chess algorithms that are boosted by AI, and then they're doing very good in chess, but they would be horrible in diagnosing diabetes. So, and then this is, I think, also a little bit where your work comes in, right? So to bring this together.
Yeah, so I think there's a number of different points wrapped up in your question there. So, I mean, in terms of creating AI that is more general purpose and it has the ability to generalize further beyond its experience and training data and to understand the context in which it's operating, I think there's some fundamental sort of algorithmic and knowledge representation and meta representation issues. Like there's some hard AI computer science involved there, which we're working on in a project called True AGI, which is it's a spin-off of SingularityNET, and it builds on the OpenCog project we've been working on a long time. So I think part of it is just getting the AI right, but then as you're doing that, you need to scale up in a very big way, and SingularityNET gives a decentralized way to scale up systems like that, which is a contrast to the centralized way that, say, a Google, a Facebook, or a Tencent has scaled up their AI. So I think SingularityNET gives the needed tools for scaling up an AGI system in a decentralized way, but it's not magic. Like you still need the right AGI algorithms, and SingularityNET actually can be used to scale up AGI algorithms, or it can be used to scale up narrow AI algorithms that are more domain specific, and also to sort of experiment with the boundary area between those, like narrow AGI, where AI is getting more and more general. And I think having a playground like that is going to be quite important.
I love the idea, but I think like from someone who's not an AI expert himself, like, is the whole system really also driven by big data? So does the system need as much data as it can get to improve itself? Or
you can't quite say that, but when you're dealing with large amounts of data in AI, I guess you need to distinguish between big data, humongous data, and super mega stupendously humongous data or something, right? Because I mean, I think AI does need a lot of data, but yet some AI algorithms now are consuming even more data than really should be required because their algorithms aren't smart enough. And natural language processing is an interesting example there. I mean, you have GPT-3, which has become a very famous NLP algorithm, although really there are no significant innovations inside GPT-3. The core ideas are all there from like Google's BERT model from 2018 or whatever. But GPT-3, they trained a transformer neural net on insanely huge, like basically the whole web, an insanely huge amount of data. They got an AI model, like a neural net with something like 170 billion parameters in it. And so you're looking at, is all of Wikipedia enough training data, or do you need the whole web, right? So my feeling is, if you have an AGI algorithm that can really abstract and generalize from its knowledge, like all of Wikipedia should be enough. Like